Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Encounter podcast. I know you guys were expecting Jayden, but um, he has given me the opportunity to take over, and I'm actually very excited. I was very a little bit nervous, but I'm very thankful that he has given me the opportunity to be on his podcast, and I'm actually one of the co-hosts for the Living Room podcast. So um, make sure you tune into that also. And for today's topic, I'm not gonna be with you before you long because I know it's Friday, it's the weekend, and I understand. But the topic of today is relation and the relationship, relation to the relationship, and um, I had chose this topic because a lot of times we go through relationships that is very toxic and have what's that word, toxic stages, and a lot of marriages are not right, and I like we sometimes in relationships they don't never want to put God first, and they just want to get to the other stuff. They want to get down and dirty, down to the business, down to the nitty gritty. But my thing is that before you even choose that right person, talk with God first. Talk with him first and just say, God, is he the right one? Is he or she the right one? Because if not, God gonna tell you no, and you gonna have to move on. You can't just be like, oh, I wanna, I still wanna be with him, but he cheat. I still wanna be with him, but he lied. And to be honest, you gotta think that. You gotta think about, you know, the strengths and weaknesses of a man or a woman. And yeah. But actually, now that I gave you a little background about my topic, I want us to go to 1 Corinthians 13 4 through 7, and that talks about emphasizing the love and qualities of highlighting patience, kindness, and the absence of envy, boasting, pride in relationships. I know we have a problem, we have an issue with pride. And don't get me wrong, none of us are perfect. I get it. But if you being prideful in your relationship and just not like taking that accountability, as what my mom would say, make sure you take your accountability and just like be more communicative and be more like honest, so that you and your significant other can have a better relationship, putting God in the middle, or in the center of everything, and just basically having fun in your relationship, but still building a healthy relationship with God and your significant other. And this next scripture is Ephesians 5:21 through 33, and it discusses the mutual respect and the love in marriage, advising husbands to their wives as Christ love love the church, and wives respect their husbands. I know we have a hard time with respecting each other. I know sometimes we may not like each other, or we may not agree in somewhat of case. We may not agree to things that we want to do, but there there is going to be a time, or there comes a time where you're going to have to respect them. You know, cuz we get so caught up in the fact that even though I'm grown, I could talk to you however I want to talk to you. And there's a little saying that treat others how you want to be treated, right? Because basically, if you and your significant other is basically like having a discussion and y'all start agreeing or disagreeing, yelling, and then she start yelling, and then you start getting louder, and then she starts getting louder, then that comes a problem where you lost respect and she lost respect. So now your relationship is going down the drain because y'all don't have respect for each other. And really, you're gonna have to make a decision and just say, if you respect God, you're gonna have to respect that significant other, no matter. And and you're gonna have to treat them like how you want to be treated. So if they treat you with respect, you're gonna have to treat them with respect through hard times. Even though if y'all mad at each other, y'all still gonna have to respect each other each way. And now it goes on to my next bullet point: forgiveness and reconciliation. Forgiveness. We're gonna go to the topic forgiveness. That means that, I know a lot of times we don't want to let things go, and we are so quick to hold grudges. Like, if your man cheated on you, I don't know, like in December, and you're still holding that grudge, say in June, and you still never talk to him about it. And I basically, even though we still hold grudges, you're still gonna have to forgive them at the end of the day. And then you say, "Oh, I forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget it." I understand that. I understand that you're gonna forgive me, and then you're gonna forget it. But now, if you forgive and you won't forget it, that means you're gonna bring it back up if we have a next argument. And basically, what that is called is manipulation. Basically, you're manipulating your significant other by bringing up a situation that happened even last year. And so, what scripture that brings to me is Colossians 3:13. Encourages forgiveness, advising believers to bear with each other and forgive one another as the Lord forgives them. So yes, I know it hurts. I know that your partner, your friend, and this goes for friendships too. Friendships, relationships, whatever relationship that you have, I know it's going to be hard to try to forgive someone. But if you're not going to forget it, you're basically going to try to manipulate that one person, and that's going to make them feel some type of way. And you may not want that, because like I said, treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be cool. And so I'm gonna give a little story time. Not really a story time, but like just a prime example. So if I was best friends with, let's say her name was Samantha, and we've been best friends for like a long time, and boom, we got into an argument. So we got into an argument, and then we tried to talk it out, and then Samantha says, "I forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget it." So now I'm thinking like, oh, I think she probably forgives me, and then we're friends again. No. What she's trying to do, she's trying to play a little game about manipulating me. But this is not a real story, guys. Not a real story. So she's trying to play a little game, a mind game, that I did, even though that I did something wrong, that means I'm gonna.
I don't see any matching places. Sorry about that.
sorry, even though that I did something wrong, I'm gonna act like everything is okay. We're friends again. Nothing's gonna break us. Everybody, like, everything is peaches and rainbows. And yeah, but what Samantha thinks is that I'm still not gonna forget what she did, even though she's my best. We've been best friends for 10 years. How many years? However, how many? However. But basically, what I'm trying to teach in this whole sub point is that the person or the significant or the love that you have with your friend, marriage, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or watch how they play mind games with you, or basically just like trying to manipulate, but still don't come off as very aggravated or frustrated, because I know it's gonna be frustrating, because now that he or she is trying to manipulate you, you're good. Like, the thing is that what you have to do is don't come off so hard. Don't come off like hit the ground running like, why did you do this to me? Why did, like, don't do that. Just have a civilized conversation with you, your best friend, or whoever. Cause that's basically that's what's gonna cause that is that if y'all both come hard or come hit the ground swinging, um, it's like it's not gonna look pretty. So yeah, and then now that brings me to Matthew 18:15-7, guys, resolving disputes within community and emphasizing the direct communication and seeking reconciliation. So, as I was talking about that, basically I said talking, like working things out or solving problems with your friend or whatever relationship you have with your family member. It's just that you can't always have a frustrated attitude or frustrated anything when it comes to trying to talk or communicate, because that's not going to work out. And so I understand that it's going to be hard. I understand that it's going to be frustrating, but you are going to have to remind yourself, hey, I think I'm really doing too much right now. I think I'm really doing too much, because I know that this person is coming a little bit softer more than me as I'm going harder on them. And so now that brings me to unity and harmony. This is like, so basically this is like a plot, the little um reading plot. So now we finished the exposition, we finished the rising action, we're on top of the climax, and then we're finna go down. And then we finna go to our little resolution right there. And so unity and harmony, what that means to me is basically, yeah, you're resolving it, but you really have to come together. You really have to be like, I know I did wrong. I feel like as we go on of being friends or being partners in a relationship.
Hey, Tori.
I think
Happy
we
birthday again.
I think we have to be more open and honest and have great communication with each other, because if you don't have great communication with people that you know or people that you love, that means it's gonna be hard for them to trust you, and it's gonna take a while. I don't know how long when somebody doesn't or when somebody doesn't or bleh, let me get my words out. When somebody lies to you or tries to manipulate you or whatever they did, um and you lie to them, it's gonna take a while for them to earn your like for you to earn their trust back. And I dealt with it with myself. And so what I've learned is that make sure you just do the right thing, be open, be honest, even as in friendships and relationships. Be open and honest and have a great communication line. Cause not like a phone line, but like a great communication boundary. Because even if I did something wrong, I want to make sure that our relationship is better. And this goes with relationships with God too. The stuff that I've been talking about goes, it aligns with the with the relationship of God, cuz God forgives us so many times no matter what we did. But this time you have to be willing for him to forgive you and not go back. Basically, the whole thing I'm saying is surrender your all to him and just be a living vessel or a living testimony like what he said. And so, back to the topic anyway. I got so off topic, child. But unity and harmony is basically coming together and just figuring out a resolution and solving the whole issue to the problem to the climax. You know, the little plot diagram that we were talking about. So now Psalms 133 verse 1 speaks to the beauty among believers, describing it as a good and describing it mm, describing it as a good pleasant. Um, I have a feeling that the stuff that goes on in the world, most people talk so bad about each other, like so bad. When I say so bad, I mean very bad. But I feel like just the one thing that we need to work on, we need to speak positively to each other, and that's in our community in the city of Dallas, in the state of Texas, all over the world, because you may never know about what that person goes through out of the whole 7 days of the week. And like, y'all just like, it just don't, and it doesn't make them even any better. Cause what I do, I like to compliment people. Like when people look good, or like when people look pretty, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you pretty? You look good, girl. I hope you have a great day." You know, cause like y'all need to just like don't call people, you know, them words, cause like I really feel like that's not necessary for them to be called that way. Cause you wanna speak well over their lives and just, you know, just like be more nice instead of mean, be more kind instead of rude. So, and and like with that too, it's like violence going on in the world, like so much violence. When I say so much violence, I mean so much violence, because every day someone has like went on to be with the Lord, and it's just very, very like just crazy. So, and then basically just one thing you got to be thinking about is just speak well over your life. Don't talk down about yourself. Don't talk down on your friends. Don't talk down on your significant other, your mom, your dad, whoever. Because that will basically affect them and just say, oh, I'm not doing my job enough. I'm not doing this enough. I'm not doing that great. Like, you got to speak well over them in order for them to have a good day or a positive day. And then maybe some other people will speak well over them. So, yeah. And then we have friendship. Friendship. And oof. What friendship means to me is that if I'm your like best friend, because I do have a great friend group, um, and when it comes to me being friends with someone, I want to make sure that we are communicating and being honest. Like if we gotta talk about something, hey, I will drop down all my stuff and I will talk to you because I care about you and you care about me, and I want us to have a great friendship in not past, present, or future. And yes, we're gonna argue sometimes, and yes, we're gonna be mad at each other. But one thing that I know is that I know that we are gonna like be able to have great friendships in the future. So the Bible verse that I chose was Proverbs 17:17 defines a friend as someone who loves at all times and is a brother is born for adversity. So if you have a friend that's gonna lock in with you, and I'm gonna talk how like my generation talk. If you gonna lock in with me, lock in, cause if if you talk behind my back and just not let me know and be more open and honest, then I would be like, okay, so let's talk. We're just gonna have a whole kumbaya, and we're not just gonna basically just be mad at each other. But let me, and then now the end point. Yeah, we about to be on the way, but I am in the car, so please don't. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Integrity and honesty. I'm just gonna go ahead and just make this really quick. Being honest is just being truthful. It's just being truthful and just not like lying to others, and then integrity is basically having commitment. Is being committed to something that you want to do, or being committed to a relationship, or being committed to a friendship. Now, at the end, at the end, it aligns with the relationship with God. And in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37 and 39, Jesus summarizes the law and the prophets into two commandments: loving God with all your heart and soul and mind, and loving your neighbor and yourself. And so, y'all know that little that scripture said, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Yes, we will. We will bless the Lord at all times. Period. And so and so, basically, the law talks about basically loving your neighbor as your enemy. And I know sometimes we may not like somebody. I get it. I get it. But you're just gonna have to let it go, and just not hold that grudge, and just not be so caught up into it, and that's gonna mess up your train of thought, and then now you don't know what to do. You don't know. I mean, yeah, you could go to somebody, but they're gonna give you the wrong advice. So now it's the only chance you're gonna have to do is just go to God. So and then now at the end, I told y'all it was gonna be short. I didn't want to make it long because I know that you guys have something to do. But I hope you guys have a great day. If you have not subscribed to our channel, if you haven't, go to the encounter page, and if you are in the encounter book club, I don't know what chapter are they going to be reading next, but please do not miss out. And also, please register when the registration comes out, register for the Win-Win Conference. I know it's gonna be a great time. Y'all might see a girl there. Y'all might. Um, but make sure you guys register for the Win-Win Conference because it's gonna be a very great time. And also, one of your hosts is gonna be preaching there, and it's not me, but it's Jayden. It's Jayden, but it is Jayden. And if you guys, but make sure you guys register for the Win-Win Conference because it's gonna be an amazing 3 days. And I know that 3 days God's gonna do something. So, but if you, and also go to the Encounter website if you have missed episodes. um Make sure you go check them out. Living Room, the Living Room podcast. Make sure you go check us out, and like, y'all, please put y'all email in there. The Encounter devotional, oh yeah, the devotional. Y'all better just sign up. Just sign up. Just sign up. Just sign up. Just fill out the form. Okay, anyways. But I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, or weekend. Um, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you guys still subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, comment, do what you need to do. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.